Good evening from HTV News. Tributes have been pouring into HTV following the death of Huw Weekes. He was found dead on a beach near Llantwit Major this morning. Jonathan Hill has this tribute to a man whose work set the standard for broadcasters.
The National News of Wales, tonight with Nicola Haywood-Thomas and Huw Weekes.
For the last 13 years, Huw has been one of the most popular faces on HTV. He was an experienced television journalist. He loved his job, and it was obvious to the viewers.
It's glass.
Welsh Assembly. No, it's about the Welsh Assembly.
He had a wonderful sense of humour, and working next to him in the studio was always a joy.
Quick, put them back on.
Oh, sorry, was I frightening you?
Ah, Huw Weekes, there we are. I didn't recognise you. They become something of a trademark, the glasses.
They have. I've considered contact lenses, but they're staying on firmly, glued to my head.
He was an excellent journalist, and he was one of the few people who could convey a very hard presentational style with a very good sense of humour, and that came over well with the audience.
Huw began his career on local newspapers, but his talent was soon spotted, and he became a regular face on Tyne Tees and Yorkshire television, reporting on the miners' strike. In 1988, Huw made the move back home to Wales and joined HTV. It was here that he really showed the range of his talents.
It's a fact, a man's best friend is his dog.
Another disturbance and more problems for Park Prison. Well, it's my day off, so why not live a little and find out why I've been...
He was a real case of what you see is what you get. He was always a lot of fun. He'd walk into a newsroom even in the most desperate of times when things seemed to be very tense and a lot of creative tension. And he had the ability to provide a joke and a smile which lifted the tension immediately.
One of the colleagues who knew him best was Nicola Haywood-Thomas.
Huw's two great loves were his family and his work. He was fantastic to work with. The awful puns that he'd take a delight in studio were really part of his sense of humour, a great sense of humour that would quite often defuse a very tense situation. And the one thing you learnt very quickly about Huw was a great warmth, a great ease with people. Everybody loved him immediately.
Huw had the human touch, and viewers felt they knew him like an old friend. On Saturday afternoons, you could often find him on the terraces at his beloved Cardiff City. He was a consummate professional to the end. This, his last broadcast, just yesterday lunchtime.
London, they're calling on the government to ban the sport.
Tonight, the First Secretary paid this tribute to Huw.
I'm desperately sorry to lose somebody from the media that I considered a friend, a very, very likeable person, and very much a kind of fixture in the Welsh media scene. And I'm terribly sorry to hear this absolutely tragic news.
The greatest passion of Huw's life was his family and his 3 children. Huw would have been 44 on Monday.
Huw Weekes, who died today. On to the day's other news, and barely an hour ago. And that's all for us for now on what for all of us here at HTV has been a very sad day. Sally Johnson will be back with our early morning bulletin starting from just after 6 o'clock. But for now, from all of us here, goodbye.